Hello all loonies and normals, my name is Joe Silver, welcome to my channel. This week we're going to be talking about the new Tomb Raiders. Tomb Raider or Faux Raider? Should you buy the new games? Well, that will be the title anyway. The point is, it's my opinion on the new Tomb Raiders. Now, with the release of the Shadow of the Tomb Raider coming out, I thought it was an opportune time to talk about my opinion of the new Tomb Raiders, because I've been watching a streamer play Rise of the Tomb Raider in preparation for the Shadows coming out, and I have to say that honestly I'm not that impressed, and I'll give you my reasons why. Right, first of all, the first Tomb Raider that came out was just called Tomb Raider, and in that one there was a very controversial scene that some said was rape, others said was strangulation. Well, I've seen that scene and my opinion is it's just straight up strangulation. He hadn't got anything else on his mind but killing her. However, it was very violent, very unnecessary scene in my opinion. It should not have been there, whichever way it was. And because people were saying, oh, you know, using rape as a build character, it's not right. And it isn't. It shouldn't be in a rape should never be in a video game, ever. I'm going to be honest with you. One thing I hate more than anything are scum who do that, because they are cowards and they will take advantage of the people while they are weak. That is cowardice. However, this is not that kind of vlog. This is about the video game. So that's one reason why I dislike that first Tomb Raider. Was that one scene. Also, that one and Rise focus more on pew pew pew, on violence, on using the guns, on shooting people, than on what Tomb Raider ever was. I feel that that this trilogy has pooped over everything that Tomb Raider ever was and ever stood for, in my opinion anyway. I played the first Tomb Raider, and heck, my dad came across, right? Now my dad is even more anti-violence than I am, but he came across and he watched me play it, and he even started helping me and saying, well, there's something over there, there's something over there, and getting interested. And do you know why? Because that game was family friendly. She didn't swear, she didn't use her guns much. Yes, she used her guns occasionally, and yes, she had guns. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that the first Tomb Raider was not violent. It was. But the things you were shooting were usually wolves and animals. Things that would attack you in the tombs. It was not so much about the violence. It was about puzzles. It was about switches. It was about treasures. Going and getting treasures from tombs and doing that. They made Lara Croft a woman because they were going to make Lara a man, and the people said, you can't do that, you'll get sued by the people of Indiana Jones, because they thought that the person she was going to be looked so much like Indiana Jones. That's because that was the theme they were really going for, was an Indiana Jones feel. Something about puzzles and switches and treasures. That is what they were going for. That was what they were standing for. Not violence, not shooting. Okay, in the second one you did tend to shoot people more, but, you know, and so on. And as they went on they did start to get a bit more dark, but not like this. Not the way that the modern ones have. The graphics are better in the modern ones. Beautiful graphics, I won't deny it. They've got the music on it is some beautiful music according to what I heard. You know, I will give you that. But they are focusing on violence all the time. I watched him play and I saw one tomb in the time that I watched him play. And I must have been watching for a good couple of hours maybe, right? And I saw one tomb. And during that whole, and here's another thing, during that whole time, they spent most of that time in that tomb getting her wet, so that she's all glistening and wet. Now, I could be reading too much into it, but are they doing that to attract teenagers? who are getting off on the fact that she's all soaking wet and looking like that. I could be reading too much into that one, okay, and I will admit it, but I was just like, what the heck? But beyond that, it's not, that's not important. The important point is, I saw one tomb, one ship, but you can't call the ship a tomb. And it did have a minor puzzle in it, not a very difficult one, but a minor one. I won't say too much because I'm trying not to do spoilers, but basically there was, you know. But the point is, at the end of the day, what came across to me was that most of the time was spent shooting people and strangling people and pulling them into bushes and killing them. And it's just like, dude, really? I'm sorry, but this vlog will probably end up being quite a few spoilers, and for that I apologise. So if you do not wish to watch it, don't. I will understand. However, my point is, that's what you spent most of the time doing when I was watching. And as I said with the first one, it was more violence. It was not puzzles, and it just feels to me like they've taken a poop over everything that Tomb Raider ever stood for, everything that Tomb Raider ever was. They even changed the character model. And now you could say, oh, but isn't that meant to be a younger Lara Croft? It looks nothing like what she would have looked like. She can't be that much younger than the character who became in the first Tomb Raider, so she should look something like her. But it looks nothing like her. It's nowhere near. So they've literally taken the original source material, thrown it out the window and said, right, we're going to make the game our way. We're going to make it our way. We're going to change the character actress. We're going to change, or the character model anyway. We're going to make it more violent. We're going to get rid of all these pesky puzzles and switches and treasures. They don't matter. We don't need those. And they have turned it into Uncharted, actually, I think. I think people have been starting to compare it to Uncharted. That's what they've turned it into. And if you like Uncharted, well, fair enough, that's your business. But as it happens, I was a Tomb Raider person. I like Tomb Raider. I like the originals. And I would play the originals again today if I could, but I can't. But I am not, and I repeat, not playing those new ones. I even refuse to call them Tomb Raider. I call them Faux Raider. And I call her Faux Lara, because they are not Tomb Raider in my opinion, because they don't stand for or behave in the way that the original ones did. The graphics are better, and there's beautiful music, and there's beautiful surroundings. I will give you that. Unfortunately, it's such an ugly story that they've put in it, and I really can't stand it. Now, one streamer who will be watching this vlog, I hope anyway, has been given the challenge of impressing me and teaching me to respect these games. He has failed so far, but he will continue to try, and I will continue to be in his stream. Apart from the fact I mod for him, he is a very good streamer, very positive, and deserves all the support and love that he gets. So, you know, so I will be there, but right now, from what I've seen so far, these games are Uncharted, they are Assassin's Creed, they are violence, because for the sake of it, almost. Maybe not, maybe there is a story there, but still, I have yet to be impressed and to be proven that actually these games are better than we think. Sorry if you heard that, if something went by, I do apologise. Can't control the outside. However, as I was saying, you know, he is trying to teach me to respect these games, to prove that they are, to me, that they are better than they should, than I think, and that my opinion maybe is not quite right, maybe. But what I've seen so far, that has not happened. A fact of the matter is, I don't know, and I will not be getting the shadow of the Tomb Raider. However, if you do, I would not say, you know, I would not make a judgment on that, and I will not say to people, yes you should or no you shouldn't get these games. That is up to you. What I am going to say though is that in my opinion, they are not worth getting because they are just not what they're supposed to be. This is my opinion, but this is my opinion only. You may have a different one. And the fact of the matter is, I am not happy with the way that they have taken it. I am not happy with the fact that they have moved away from the source material. It's like me. You name any film you want that is your favourite film and there's an original, it's not a cover. And I could come along and I could say, right, I'm going to remake that film for you because it's your favourite. Oh, but I'm not going to check the source material. I'm not going to use the same actors. They're even if the actors are young enough that I could, I'm still not going to do so. I'm going to put my own actors and actresses in. I'm going to write the story my way. Oh, and I'm going to make it more violent. If, for example, it wasn't a very violent film, I'm going to make it more violent and less about what the film was actually about, and completely forget the source material. This is what they have done with Tomb Raider, in my opinion. This is what they have done. They have made it so that I cannot, in any sense of the term, look at this game and recognise it immediately as Tomb Raider. In the original, it was Lara Croft going on adventures to exotic places, to go into tombs, go into places, and it was bats, it was wolves, these were the things, it was tigers, these were the things she was shooting at. And I completed Tomb Raider 1, I completed Tomb Raider 2, I think I did Tomb Raider 3 as well, but I can't remember. But my point is, you know, I am not happy with the way they have taken it. I have made that clear throughout this entire vlog. And this is what this entire vlog has been about. It's been my opinion of the new Tomb Raiders. And I am not happy. Whether or not it was rape in the first one, I will let you decide. You can easily find it on YouTube. All you have to do is Google controversial scene in Tomb Raider. You will find it. So whether or not it was or it wasn't, my opinion, as I said, is it wasn't, it was strangulation. Because if you mess up the QuickTime event, you don't hear the sounds that would accompany rape. You hear her being, you know, she just dies. Dead. She's dead, that's it. Yeah? She was strangled to death, okay? So, you know, I'm going to call it there and I'm going to say it's strangulation. However, if it was intended to be either option, it shouldn't have been there. Either way. I don't care which way around it was. Not only that, in the Rise of the Tomb Raider, some guy has a big fight with Lara Croft. I don't know who this guy is, I forget his name, but he has this big fight with Lara Croft, storms out, right? And somebody breaks through a window and starts strangling Lara Croft again. Oh joy, they've gone back to strangulation. Please stop. However, he comes in and helps her fight off this guy, and suddenly now they're all friendly. Suddenly now their difference has been forgotten. Oh heck, I've got to help her. Lazy writing. Lazy writing. Trust me. If you are my friend and I've argued with you, whether or not I would forget it because I had to help you fight off somebody, I'm not going to say. But at the end of the day, what they were arguing about isn't it not a simple she's put too much salt on my dinner argument. This is something extremely serious. So I have a sneaking suspicion I would look past it while I was helping the person get the person off them. But I wouldn't then turn around and completely forget it and say, right, issues go over, doesn't matter now, it's not important. Because it was important. So it's lazy writing. But even if you don't agree with that, even if you say, no it's not, that's how it works, okay, that's your opinion. But my opinion is, these games all through have been, to me, just about let's remake Tomb Raider in the way we want it to be made, in the way we feel it should have been made when it first came out. And trust me, if it had been like that when it first came out, I wouldn't have been playing it. Nuh-uh. I wouldn't have been anywhere near it. Fortunately, EDOS got hold of it, and not whoever does the current 3 that I'm talking about. EDOS got hold of it, and they were the ones who made it, and they made it in the way that made it fun and family friendly. Like I said, in this new one, Lara Croft swears. She didn't in the old one. Another thing against it, swearing does not make you adult. Swearing is not good. Swearing in swearing in video games does not belong there. I know people swear. I know it's realistic because people swear, but they don't need to. I can assure you, I can go a whole sentence without swearing. In fact, I can go a whole conversation without swearing. In fact, I can go a whole day without swearing because I do. I don't swear. Now, if you do, that is up to you. That's your choice. I'm not telling you how to live your life. What I'm saying is, swearing is not a necessity. You do not need it. You do not need to hear S-bombs. You do not need to hear F-bombs. You do not need to hear N-bombs. However, in the Tomb Raiders, as far as I know, there are no N-bombs. At least I hope not. That would annoy me. Because that's one word I cannot stand, is the N-bomb. But we won't go into that. My point is, we do not need swearing in video games. There is absolutely no circumstance, in my opinion, in which it is justified. You might say, oh, but if they've got injured, then they're not just going to say, ow, that hurts. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they're going to be like, ah, and make painful noises. That in itself is better. But no, in the modern video game, it's, beep, I beep and hurt myself, beep, beep, beep. They tend to talk in Morse code by the time they're finished. At least they would if you were censoring all the swear words. It's just like, no, not happy. So I will continue to watch as this person continues to try to impress me with these video games. But I can tell you right now that my opinion of them, as at present, is they are ugly. And I am not happy with them. And I would not recommend them to anyone to get. That is me. As I said, if you want to go ahead and get them, I will not stop you, obviously, because I can't. But even if I could, I wouldn't. Or however, I would not recommend them. If you came to me and said, Joe Silver, should I buy these new Tomb Raider video games? My answer would be no. Save yourself some money and get the original ones off Steam and play the original ones. They are better in some respects than the new ones. The graphics may not be as good, and because they were not made at a time when the graphics that we have today were possible. But you will enjoy them much better. You will not be worried that your children might hear something that they shouldn't, and in my opinion you will have a much better time. However, I have ranted and I have rambled enough. If you have liked what you have seen here, leave me a like. If you have a comment on what you have seen here, if you for some reason have a point of view different to mine, please feel free to put it in the comments below. But we are a family friendly channel. Please, no swearing. Any comments with swearing will be removed. If you feel that you have something that you would like to see me talk about, also put that in the comments down below. If you have found this channel and you are not a sub and you like what you've seen here, please, please, please do leave me a sub. I have been Joe Silver. This has been a vlog. Goodbye.